Hey everyone, welcome back to Fire Chicken Review. We're going to talk Fast and Furious. Should you back the Keyforge campaign or not? This is the final thoughts. It has raised over 680,000, over 3,600 backers. We just had update number 10 here, as you can see, talking about the Unchained decks. I'll talk about that a little bit more in a different video, but basically people are super excited. Box looks great. And then the big hit that we got is that there isn't going to be any further stretch goals. One last one that we have for the other languages that we haven't got at 750,000, but after that they're capping it, and they're talking about some videos here at the end. So let's dive into this. You can check out my other video if you haven't. The page layout is pretty fantastic in my opinion, and you have the sidebar here that shows you all the information. Why back now, talking about the game, what is Winds of Exchange, how to play. This is all excellently laid out, and then getting straight into the rewards. I talked about in my other video, and I'll link it, that I believe that the best one for your money is $150 tier. But basically, because of the all the stretch goals that you're getting, 2 Unchained decks, the 1 Savior of Keyforge deck, 1 set of tokens, and there's some other ones that aren't stretch goals, but there's going to be some people that may luck out and get cards from future sets signed by Richard Garfield. You can check more about that in the actual campaign itself, but I believe that basically all of these tiers are very excellent depending on how much you're looking at spending. Long story short, basically almost all of them I based off if I got a display of decks. So I divide all the pledge tiers by 12 decks, and I say how much value is in it. Basically, the new MSRP for the decks are $13 US MSRP, and almost all of these have added value, and the team of Ghost Galaxy has responded very quickly. So you can check all these. Like I said, very cool. I'm currently, as you can see, backed at the highest level here, but that's because I'm a huge Keyforge fanatic, and so you should take this with some grain of salt. But if you're coming in new to Keyforge, you should check it out. Yes, you can go out and buy very cheap decks from previous sets, and by all means, try it online, try the previous sets, and see if this is what you want to get. They dive into the stretch goals. Like I said, the only one that we have left is the even bigger language crucible, getting the last 4 languages that we have here. But we've gotten some sweet, sweet stretch goals, in my opinion, and that have been really cool. And as far as the add-ons, there's actually 3 add-ons that if you haven't been following before, so I talked about the Unchained decks, that's excellent. And then the one all the way at the bottom here that was very low key is that they also added the 2-player play mat. And most of these add-ons, as I've checked out in some of my other videos, are at different levels. Buy what you think you're comfortable with and get what is good. But overall, I think that the actual reward tiers are all very excellent. The add-ons, I'll link my other video where I talk a little bit more. There's people are saying, hey, how come the 2 ones here, so the Keyforge Unchained deck and the Savior of Keyforge are $16.99 versus the retail price of $12.99 for a set? Well, that's because, hey, these are a little bit different. In my opinion, what Ghost Galaxy is doing here makes sense. There's a little bit more of a premium for a unique item that you may or may not be able to get in retail. You definitely won't be able to get the Savior of Keyforge decks, which is basically the front of these cards are going to have a different type of finish that they talk about, and it's exclusive to this campaign. So that's very interesting. They go into talking about the reviews. These Shut Up and Sit Down is a great one. Haven't watched this one, but it's also most likely pretty good. And there's quite a few content creators talking about. I've talked about shipping before. Shipping prices are actually fairly fair. And what is interesting about this campaign, if I go all the way to the top, is that this is a stable pledge campaign. It's the first one on GameFound that has a stable pledge, which means that if the prices basically go up more than 10%, you can basically get a full refund, 100%, not 90%. So those familiar with that, that means that they actually care and they actually did their research to say, hey, this is what's going on. And that's why the stretch goals, there isn't any funny business. These are all things that they can do in-house, nothing really outside, and that's why they're not adding an additional one. So my final thoughts about this, when you're looking about all the risk and challenges, so should you back this game? If you're a fan of Keyforge, I think you absolutely should consider backing this. If you're not a big fan of crowdfunding sites and are unsure, by all means, wait till you can go to your local game store. They will be getting Winds of Exchange set. When you look at here and you're seeing that the campaign has raised over 680,000, it's almost a shoe-in that they will be getting it. What's the future of retail? I'll be making another video just after this one, talking about that with Ghost, and talking about how Ghost Galaxy and retail might work out. We don't know is the quick answer for that, but yeah, overall, should you back or not? I think if you're a fan of Keyforge, you should absolutely back. If you're a fan of a whimsical world that has in the Crucible and having all these different factions, there is the add-ons that you can get here that it makes the game cooperative, and that's a key point to here. So looking at the three ones, we have the Key Kraken, the Abyssal Conspiracy, and the absolutely brand new one, the Fall of the House here. And these are all 1 to 3 player uh, packs that you can buy that allows you to play in the cooperative mode of Keyforge. So playing it as a board game if you're coming from that view. So I think this is an excellent campaign. It's raised a lot of funds, and that if you're new, definitely try out the previous sets before backing this campaign. But there is 6 days left. And on top of that, though, you don't have to worry. There most likely will be a late pledge, or you can probably piggyback off of friends that are playing Keyforge and have backed this. So you don't have to rush into it if you're still on the fence. But overall, my verdict is, yeah, 2 thumbs up. Definitely recommend backing if you have the funds and if you want to support. That's my final thoughts. Let me know off in the comments if you've decided to back this campaign, what pledged here and what add-ons you potentially got, and how satisfied were you with Ghost Galaxy's first crowdfunding campaign. It seems very successful on my end, but let me know. And if this was useful, consider subscribing, liking the video, and check out some of my other content. I'll be making a lot more Keyforge in the future.